Hey guys, Ryan, Mid-Atlantic Collectibles here. So I'm getting ready to make my first submission to PSA, and it's been a really interesting process. Learned a lot doing it. I thought, what the heck, why don't I go ahead and make a short video and share some of what I'm doing, what I've learned, and also what I'm submitting in case it might be of interest to some of you all out there as well. So here we go. So my submission is actually not cards specifically, but it's wax packs or vintage packs. And the reason I'm doing that is because they're actually running a special right now that's $25 a pack for vintage packs pre-1989 before the end of the month, and so I had to get these done before April 1st in order to get the special deal, which is a lot less than where wax packs had been. They had been $50 a pack up until just recently. So I have 9 items going in. I'm going to share those with you. So the first 6 all have to do with vintage soccer, and they're primarily from Spain, European issues, and pretty much all from La Liga in the 1960s. So Spain had some of the greatest football soccer players in the 1960s. They had 3 Ballon d'Or winners, the Golden Ball, which is awarded to the best football player in the world, basically. And 3 of the winners in the 1960s were from Spain. One of their Spanish players won it twice, Alfredo Di Stefano. So I was excited to get these vintage soccer packs. The first one is from 1961. Campeones, champions, the most famous stars of Spanish football. It's a couple stickers in a single pack, and had never seen one of these before. Had seen some of the stickers, but PSA's never graded any of these packs, so hoping that it passes review over there. The next one is from 1967, Football Color. Again, this is from the same company, Editorial Bruguera. They did a set of 288 colors, soccer stickers from La Liga, Spain's highest division in the throughout the 1960s, and this is one of those sets. The next couple, sorry, these are upside down, are Campeones, the Aces of Football Nacional, 1968-69. Again, it's the main set for Spain's La Liga in the late 1960s, and it has some great players in it. I actually have a couple of those, so I'm excited about that. And then the last on the kind of vintage soccer side are these cards, Championships Nacional of Football, 1969, spun by a different company, Editorial Ruiz Romero, but it's also a pretty significant set. And so these cards are basically they were like stickers. That's always been kind of the primary way that cards were issued in Europe, was in sticker form, and you get one of these, and people would put in, then they'd publish albums, and people would paste them or stick them in the albums and collect them that way. So PSA actually hasn't graded any of these packs before, so it'll be they'll have to kind of go through the research process and making sure they can validate the issues and catalog them and get all the necessary information. Hopefully they pass review. Some of them have a little bit of paper loss, like this one in the corner. I don't know if that means they might not grade it, or comes back ungraded. Hopefully not. It doesn't really affect the car. It doesn't go all the way through the paper, to what's inside, but it's just kind of the corner. But hopefully they make it through. And then the last 3 packs, very excited about these as well. So these are from the 1976 Marvel Superheroes wax packs of stickers that came out and have all your kind of major Marvel heroes. My son is a big comic book reader and collector, so he really gets into these Marvel cards, and I was excited to find these. I've got a few different ones. This one is Spider-Man. I mean, they're all from the same set, but they have different packs that are kind of unique. This one is Spider-Man, the next one is Captain America, and the next one is the Hulk. So 3 altogether, they're $25 each, so that's like $225. And then they're charging an additional $29 for insurance, and $5 for handling. So altogether it comes out to $259 for all in for my purposes for grading. And the way you do it is similar with cards. So you kind of put, I use team set bags for most of these. I had to find some kind of soft sleeve that would fit pretty well for them. And then I pack those between two pieces of cardboard, which you see here. And then I'm going to wrap the cardboard up in rubber bands, a couple on each side so that they don't move around. That kind of protects them. And they ask you to do that instead of tape. I think it's a lot easier for them to kind of unpack and process at PSA that way. Then I'm putting them in a box, which will, have lots of bubble wrap, etc. And then include with that also the, you have to give the PSA kind of detailed information on your submissions. That includes things like, the year in the description of the issue, how many you have, and then you have to declare a value as well. So your declared value is kind of a tricky thing because if you declare a really high value, it's going to cost you more to get them graded. If you really lowball the declared value, then if something goes wrong at PSA, they're only going to refund you up to the declared value. So if you were to understate that, then you would end up losing that way. So, I think it's always best to kind of be as honest and transparent as you can on declared values. These were tricky, particularly the vintage soccer ones, just because there aren't any out there, and so I just kind of guessed at those. But the special that's being run right now is vintage wax packs pre-1989 through with a declared value of $499 or less are eligible for grading $25 a pack, which is pretty amazing if you think about it, compared to where things were a couple of years ago. And it's kind of motivated me to kind of get off my butt and get some submissions into the grading companies. So next thing I'll be doing is some cards, and I've got some ideas already what I want to submit there. A lot of that also relates to some real cool issues I found in vintage soccer cards I found in Europe last summer, and in Lisbon, Portugal, and Barcelona, Spain. And I've got some individual cards that are like kind of pre-war era 1920s that were made by chocolate factories and issued and distributed in Spain in the early part of the 20th century that I want to get graded, and then maybe a few other kind of random stuff as well. So I will share with you how this kind of comes back. Very interested. Again, it's my first submission to PSA. But thought that prices have come down so much that it makes sense to try and get some of this stuff graded myself rather than just looking to buy graded cards in the secondary market. Anyway, hope everyone's doing well, and hope you enjoyed the video. Bye bye.